Hello there. Good morning. It's another very beautiful day. Thank God for the gift of life. It's because we are alive that we are together at this time. Shout out to every single person joining me live. Thank you so much for giving me your time. I do not take it for granted. And for everyone that will watch thereafter, a big thank you to you too. And like I always ask, please like the video, share it, let somebody out there know that there is something called Knocks to Nuggets. Let's build this community together. I truly appreciate every single person, and it's always a joy to be with you on this program. So today I'm continuing on the series Passion to Profit. Passion to Profit. I started last week with Chef Ette in the house, and I'm so excited because again is back in the house. And today we are talking about, is passion enough? But before I bring him on, you will recall last week he talked about using your idle time well. Remember his story? If you are not on the call, you can listen again and glean that. Remember his story? It started all during a campus a strike action in the universities, and the schools were closed. So that period you stayed at home was the birthing of this dream. So learn to use your idle time well. Don't waste it, invest it. Idle time can be your travel time. So you are traveling, you can spend that time adding value to yourself. And he said another thing. He said, is that you burn your hands now or you burn your future? Yes. And that really aligns with the scripture that says it's better to bear the yoke in your youth. So it's better for you to burn your hands now, make your mistakes now, learn now, rather than burn your future. There is always a time of life when you really cannot do the work, when you need the work of yesteryears to speak for you. What will be speaking for you in the evening of your life? If you have followed this program consistently, sometime I think last year, talked about the seasons of life. There's the learning season, the earning season, and the spending season. As long as God gives us life, we're going to go through those three seasons. We'll learn, we'll earn, and then we will spend. What will be there for you in your spending season? Burn your hands now. And it's another thing we learned last week is that desire meets opportunity. So, what are you really craving for? What's that thing? And when you build yourself in that area of passion, opportunities will come. So, I'm bringing back Chef Ette into the house now, and we're going to continue this conversation. Remember, he's a fellow of the American Barbecue Association, he's an expert rotisserie with chest deep work experience in and he has written testimonies on taste buds of grilled meal lovers across the shores of Lagos and beyond. He has made remarkable impact in this area, and really he actually was a chef at the 8th All African Games held in Nigeria in 2003. He served the Society of Petroleum Engineers 2013 and also be a part of the GT Food and Drink. If you know that GT code, the big event that happens in Lagos, he has been there. Of course, international music acts like Akon, Fat, Keisha, Cole, Kirk Franklin, all of them have enjoyed his delicacies. And when not grilling, what does he do? He takes his time making culinary stars as a participating judge in various events. Ladies and gentlemen, don't let me bore you with these stories. We had it last week. Let's just bring him on stage. Welcome with me, Chef Ette.
Good morning, Pastor.
Good morning. Good morning.
Everybody. Pastor, thank you for giving me this platform to share my story. We don't
Thank you
take,
so much.
we don't take this kind of platform for granted because you are doing something great. You are telling people what it takes to make life what life is. A
Mm,
lot of people walk in ignorance. I was there before, and I used to think ignorance was bliss until poverty started coming in. And I knew it was it's a different ball game. It's a different ball game entirely, Podcasts like this, I listen to lots of podcasts, I listen to lots of interviews, I read biographies, and I just found out that everybody has one thing or the other, but the principle is still the principle. It has not changed. Everybody's story sounds like, but it still targets on one same thing: smart work, hard work, consistency, focus, discipline.
I almost felt like just leaving you on because the way you started, you just hit it straight on. The various work can be different, but the principles remain the same. So I want to throw the question at you straight on. Is passion enough?
Well, passion, passion will only take us to an extent. Like for me, I still have passion, and that's why I still go where I I have a dream, and it's passion that will push it. But I need other components. It's just like a plant growing. It takes more than water and soil. There's sunlight, there's good soil, there's earthworm, there's manure. Lots of things make up a good plant. That is how in business, passion is just like the foundation, but other components have to come in. Other components have to come in. Like, when I started, I just started naively. Oh, I just wanted to survive. I wanted to make money until I started listening to people mentoring me. You can take this to the next level. You can actually open something. You can actually, you know, like Pastor, like what I said, I never knew I could write a book. I never knew I could have a TV station, you know. Just like you now, you're having this podcast. I can start my own barbecue podcast. It takes a lot. So passion can only give you the direction, but it cannot take you. So is passion is like the map, but it needs other things. It's like a jigsaw. Other components have to come in because you see, from passion it has started turning profit, and profit is finance. You know, just like pastor. For a pastor, it's not only delivering, deliverance and the word. He does counseling, and doing counseling, you have to know little bit about engineering. You have to know little bit about um, relationship. You have to know a little bit about everything. Because me coming now to ask you, Pastor, I am CEO, I'm having this problem in my business, and this is it, this is it. If you don't have the knowledge to counsel me, you just tell me to go and fast and pray. You just tell me to go and fast and pray. Just pray fast. That is why you are now digging deep. You are learning other spheres of life. So that is how it is too with business. It's not only passion. Other things too have to come in. Other people have to come in to build that dream. That is your passion.
So passion is not enough. Other things must come in. Now, share from your experience. How are you able to move from, oh, I love to do this, to making it a profitable venture? How did you cross that bridge?
Okay. When I started at first, like they would say, um, if you've never heard any businessman say, if I had known this 10 years ago, if I had known this 5 years ago, that means he has not made mistakes. There's this adage in Yoruba said that says, "Owó tí ọmọ kọ́kọ́ owó tí ọmọ kọ́kọ́ ní àkàrà ló fi ń jẹ." When I started making money, I thought I was larger than life. I was spending, I stopped cooking. I was going to restaurants because the money was coming in. And, it was like, less is more. But I found out that the more I was spending, the more I was working hard to replenish what I had spent. So I was like, okay, this is how it is. If I continue like this, I might not achieve what I want to do. So I started asking questions, People started telling me you need financial knowledge, you need to learn about finance, you need people to come into your business. As an entrepreneur, a one-man business, you just feel everybody that is coming to rip you off. But it's not so, because I needed to have people. I employed I went to entrepreneurial development center. I did a little bit of Lagos Business School. So that was when I started finding out that the product is not the final. It is how is the sales of the product. You might have a good product and have a very poor sale. It's the sales that is the final. Lots of people do what I do. I'm sure there are lots of people that are better than I am, but because they have just made it a one-man business, they are still stagnant. Let's I like learning from every part of the world. Okay, let's take it down. Let me bring it down to church. If Bishop was the only bishop of Trem, Trem would have not got into all the spheres of the world it is now.
I'm struggling with your sound. I'm struggling with your sound suddenly. I don't know what's going on. Can you come again?
I didn't hear that question.
I'm struggling with your sound, so I'm asking you to come again.
Okay, like I said, I like taking examples from everywhere. Church is management. Church is a business. And if Bishop alone runs Trem, Trem will not go to the level it has gotten to now. If you understand, man, it takes a lot of people. There's board of directors, there are other pastors in different departments. That's why the church is going the way it is now. If it was only one, he wants to preach, he wants to counsel, he wants to go for evangelism, he wants to do crusade. I mean, he will burn out. He will burn out. That was why Paul told the church that, look, we need to have elders, we need to have deacon and deaconesses. Because he alone, preaching and counseling and being the service provider to the congregation will make him burn out. So for me, my passion is to build. I used to tell the management, please don't put me in this story. My passion is to build. Management, make it happen. So when I found out that passion could just take you to a level, okay, starting point, everybody getting to know you. But when it comes to your finances, and when it comes to, like, now, thank God for social media, there's somebody running your social media page, you have an accountant, you have an auditor, you have a chief baker, you have a chief griller, all these people make a team that makes your passion a profit.
Thank you. Thank you, Ete. I still struggle with your sound. I hope you're hearing me. I still struggle with your sound. Your sound isn't coming out clear as it was before. I don't know what the networks have done to us today. But we'll continue where we are, and I'm sure, I believe God will to be clearer. You've said something. You said the product is not final, and it's about selling your product. So you can have a very good product. How do you sell it? You've talked about having business knowledge, having people around you, learning the very fine art of delegation, which a lot of business people struggle with. Having the right people. Now, let me ask you, what's your experience about getting the right people to work with you in business?
Okay, thank you for that question. It's not easy. We have done a lot of high and fire. Lots of people come with this passion as, sir, we can do it. And when it gets to that level, you just find out that, no, sir, I believe, Pastor, like we always say, I used to use everything I watch, everything I see is business to me. Let's take, Pastor, what club does your husband follow? What football club?
I'm still struggling to hear you. I've had to mute. I'm still struggling so badly about getting you, and I'm getting that feedback also from viewers. Hearing you is getting tough. Do we want to restart your system, and let's see if it will come back on? So I'll remove you for now and just restart, and let's hope it comes back well. So while he is restarting his system and hoping that the sound comes out better, the things he has said actually are things that we need to think about. So, yes, you are passionate about this thing. Passion is not enough. With your passion, you need to learn. What are the success principles of others? The principles are the same. The industry can differ, the persons can differ, but the principles remain the same. And I'm so happy he said something about hard work and smart work. Smart work does not replace hard work, it actually complements it. So with smart work, your hard work can go further. I've not seen a business person who is successful who is given to sleep. I'm still looking for one. If you find one, please call my attention to it. Somebody who is into business, who is succeeding, who is doing well, and who will spend the next 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 hours sleeping on a daily basis. I'm still looking for that business person. Because every day they are thinking of how to do it better. Every day I think about how to handle it better. Every day things are coming up better. So it's a daily thing. It's not something you do once and for all. And like Chef Ette said, it's okay to have a good product, but if you're not selling it, who is it benefiting? Like in our local parlance here, who will help? Yes, Chef Ette is back.
Me now, ma.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, you are clearer. You are clearer.
All right. Like I was asking you, Pastor, what club does Deacon support in the EPL?
All the clubs,
Okay,
all the place
okay.
in the house.
So you see, every viewer is a stakeholder. Every viewer is a stakeholder. That's why when you see some people, the passion they use and watch football is out of this world because he feels that club is entitled. That club needs to deliver. And because the club knows if they don't have supporters and viewers, they are not selling. They are not selling. So they buy best players. And if the players are not meeting up, they are not producing what they actually want to win the championship, they either transfer or sell. And that is how it is too with business. We find out people come, artisans, they come, they tell you, or hirelings, they tell you they can deliver this, they can deliver that, and you just discover that is just packaging. And when you continue, so we hire and fire, we hire and fire. Then we also train. Like what has actually made my business grow faster was that I started training, I started finding out that I could pick children, not from the street, but children from humble homes. I had a boy who started working with me from GS1. You know, I paid his school fees. He goes to school, he comes back, he does his homework, then we prep for events. Events being that we only work then from Friday, Saturday, just the weekend. And with that, he knows the culture of what the company is all about. I send him out to events without supervision. So it's good to, pick little people that their brains are still open, fresh page, are willing to learn. With that, when they grow with the company, they know the culture and they can now teach and mentor other staffs coming into the organization. So you see, Pastor, it's not all about passion. It's about mentoring, it's about organization, it's about system. And if you don't learn these things, you might have a good product, like I say. You might be doing well in sales, but your system might mess you up. Late delivery, you have a good product, you are now selling, but your delivery system is very, very bad. You go to events late, and your customer or your client will just look at it. Okay, he's good. His product is good. He has good, but their delivery is bad.
But it's not reliable.
Look for
Mm.
somebody. I would rather go look for somebody that can deliver, but his product is not as good as he is. So you've lost that client.
Wow. Did you? I don't know if everybody heard what he said. It's one thing to have good products, another thing to have the right systems. And one of the things we struggle with, particularly with artisans, now I'm using that word very loosely, is timing. I mean, and something is said, and it really is highly commendable. I so agree. Is catching them young, training them, finding potential, building them up, training them, and releasing them, and they end up becoming those company representatives that they are diehard supporters. They will follow you all the way. But even in business, Chef Ette, have you faced like I will say betrayal lightly, somebody who you have relied on, who you thought, oh, this is it, who wakes up one day and says, oh, now I'm enough, I want to go and start my own barbecue company? How did you handle it?
Ah, Pastor, please don't make me cry. It's a bittersweet story. Like I said, I picked this boy from just one. It was more like, man, the powerhouse of my organization then. He knew the in and out. I taught him a lot of recipes. But you see, I tell people environment matters. I picked this boy from, let me say, I picked him from Ajegule. He already has a mindset, hardworking boy. But he got influenced by environment, people telling him, you're the person holding the business. Without you, he cannot move. But little did he know that he has forgotten that he didn't come with the skill. I taught him the skill. So with time, we got other staffs. Lots of neighbors started closing into our events. They will come back. They will ask him, where did you people travel to this time? Where did you go? What did you do? You know, because he's a little boy, but he was grown there, boy, because he had lived all his life around me. He didn't know much. He was a bit naive in, to sensitive topics. So he would just open his mouth. Hey, this is what we did. Oh, we went here. We killed the show. Everybody was looking for. So those ones were gathering information. Now we have started a good organization. He recruited, he taught. You know, we were building a system. He recruited, he taught, he started mentoring boys. Just one day, I don't know who told you, who got the story to his head, or one of them now said, Oga, let's start our own. And it's time to leave that. You worked with Chef Ette for 11 years. For that 11 years, I sent you to school. I gave you a house. I sent you to university. I was paying your bills, and I was giving you salary, and I was teaching you. All that did not matter to them. They just feel, okay, he's the one making the money. You don't know how I get clients. You don't know how I seal deals. You don't know what I go through to get clients. You don't know how many event planners have told me no. You don't know how many event planners have told me you're too expensive. You don't know how many event planners have told me you're too far. But you just see that we get jobs, and you think because it's Chef Ette, social media, everybody, no, it's not done. But Pastor, to cut the long story short, not one left, 7 left at the same time. 7 staff left at the same time. My wife cried, my children cried, I cried. Because thinking that thinking that the office was open on a Sunday, that we would come back from church and just go to maybe rest, then go to the office maybe like 2, 3, to find out that the office that was supposed to open customers who had made orders, who had booked, who had paid for their goods, and not calling that they've been here. And that was what struck us. I said, come, let's go and see what is happening. When we got there, it was like our shop was closed. We tried calling everybody, their phone was switched off. Pastor, it wasn't funny. I don't small jobs. I'll do the grilling. If we started ourselves, we can make it happen again. I told my little daughter, who was 10 years old then, to stay in front and do the sales. It wasn't funny. I will grill, I will come to the front, we will sell. But we just didn't close that day. We didn't allow our setback hold us back. We didn't close the shop and say, oh, our staffs have left, so that if we have done it before, we can do it again. So that day, it was rough, it was hot. My wife was literally weeping that if this guy could do this to us, what is remaining? And she said something that day that this is the less of us. This is the less we can ever be. The next day, I have an Uber guy who comes to do delivery for us. So he was just looking at us on Monday morning. Okay, what is happening? People are local. And I gave him the story. He said, for what? Okay, don't worry, I'm coming back now. He came back with 12 people. He said, okay, teach these people. Okay, leave all those boys. He went to bring his village boys. He told them, please, come on. They were already looking for jobs to do. That was that okay. I said, okay, he brought like 4 boys to the grill. I started teaching all over again. It was rough, but we started building that system. And to God be the glory. We still have like 5 of them from that 12 still working with us. So, Pastor, you see that teaching thing, they will ever leave. They will leave. And it's just, the joy is that I'm so happy that he has started his own. He's going to pay staffs. The headache that he thinks is the one doing, he's going to double it now. Because then, when he was supervising, there was a lot of pilfering. I don't want to call it stealing, because they say his workshop is where you work, you job. So there was a lot of pilfering. There were a lot of pilfering, and he was always giving an eyesight. He doesn't. And I told him, your leadership skill will take you where you want to go to. You won't work for me forever. You want to establish. What you see is what you learn here, and the culture you are trying to invite to these people that you use to start your own business. I always tell him, I didn't leave who taught me angrily. I didn't shortchange who taught me. That was why he could bless me. So you living angrily, saying that you have to pay me 70,000 a month, and I have to come 3 times a week because I have other things doing. Does not solve the problem. You see, they wanted to hold us down. Okay, we just moved to a bigger facility. What is there to say? Okay, organization CEO, this is how we too we have our own needs. I will tell you, okay, yes, we know. Let's strike a compromise. Give us 6 months. Let's balance. Then we know how to do your salary structure. But because everybody wants to be an entrepreneur, if I was the one holding his business, I can as well start mine. Pastor, mind you, I did not leave my boss because I wanted to start mine. He told me that when you want to start, any corner of the world you stand, you will prosper. Not once.
Wow. This story is just touching, and I'm listening and I'm saying, wow, people must be people any day, anytime, wherever they are, across all industries. People must be people. And the fact that you said something that struck me, and I want to allow you to give us your final words, as time is fast spent, but you said something that struck me. So I did not bite the finger that fed me. I did not betray the person that trained me. I did not leave that person to go and start my own. When I was leaving, he blessed me. I know No matter who shortchanges you, no matter who tries to backstab you, a seed you never sowed will never grow for you. It will always be a stepping stone to the next level. So he left with 7 guys, but I wonder where he is now, a few years down the line. It's shown that it's not about what you give or what you take, it's about what you have inside you. If you don't have it in you, no matter what, you can't go far with it. And to every entrepreneur listening on this, don't think that people will not leave you. They will leave. But if you have built your system, like you said, if I built this, I can build it again. When people leave, please, I beg you, don't be bitter. Just pick it up again and keep going. If you get it this far, you can take it further. So I'll allow Chef Ette to give us his final words. But like I will always say to people, this is just a taste. You will come back. So get ready for another invite from me sometime soon. But before then, let me allow you to give us your final words for this.
Thank you, Pastor. I just want to tell the audience that, see, consistency is key. Consistency is key. Anything you are doing, give it time. Time and chance will always happen. I never thought what I was doing at the corner of my hostel would take me to international places. It's just that I didn't want to write lots of things on my resume, not to bore pastor and the rest. You see, I had cooked for international stars that I never thought of. I've cooked for Akon, I've cooked for Fat Joe, I've cooked for Tisha Cole, I've cooked for Kirk Franklin. There was one post I posted and Kirk Franklin reposted it and said he remembered me. I said, how time flies. See Kirk Franklin and I today. There was one time I was his backstage dancer. Today I am cooking for him. And he smiled and said he remembered. So you see, discipline takes you and consistency takes you a long way. The problem we have as entrepreneurs is that we don't have staying power. I started this business 23 years ago. How many of you had known me then? Maybe few. But today, I'm well celebrated, thinking that I just started today and I blew today. No, I put in the work. Like I said, this is just a small story of how my staff left me, how we cried. We have been robbed. We had risked our life taking night bus to an event that has to happen the next day. And robbers have attacked us. So if I'd given up along the line and say this job is too risky, we cannot make it happen, I won't be on this platform talking to you today. So discipline, consistency, smart work. I don't want to use the word hard work because if you are smart, see, Esau was hard work, Jacob was smart work. And you see, if you don't combine hard work with smart work, like I always say, there's a good product. It's the point of sale that is profit. Have a nice day.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Wow. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Thank you for your time. Thank you for being with us this past 2 weeks. And thank you for sharing from your heart your story. Like I always say, the reward for good work is more work. So you are coming again. I'm going to bring you back sometime soon. But until then, thank you so much for being here. God bless you. Wow, wow, wow. So much to glean from Chef Ette. And that story he told is so touching. I'm happy I asked him that question because when he was talking about the 7-year-old guy, the guy that joined him when he was so young, I never thought the guy had left. But see how he left. But again, see where Chef Ette is today. I'm sure the guy is somewhere saying, oh, I wish I had known. I wish I had not listened to people. I wish I had not bit the finger that fed me. I wish, I wish, I wish. If wishes are horses. In this journey of life, be careful of the seed you sown. In business, passion is truly not enough. With passion, add discipline, add education, build the right relationships, be consistent, have a staying power, never give up, and trust me, the profit will roll in. So until I come your way in another edition of Knocks to Nuggets, remember, if you can think it, you can be it. And yes, you can have it. And like I will always say, together we win. God bless you. Enjoy the rest of the day and have a fantastic week ahead. Bye for now.